I went on a 10-day solo trip to China. I grew up in China and moved to the US after the 9th grade. I still have families and friends back in China, and the last time I was there was in 2019. So when Jim and I decided to travel through Asia, I thought I would take this opportunity to go back and visit my 104-year-old grandpa, my aunts and uncles, and my childhood friends. Since this was a family-oriented trip, I decided to go by myself. Growing up in Beijing, I used to be very familiar with the neighborhoods where I used to hang out with my friends and where my families lived. But over the past couple decades, Beijing has expanded and changed so much. There are new neighborhoods, new subway lines, even new city districts established since I've been gone. Navigating through the city took a little get used to, but by the second day, I was pretty much riding the bus and the subways like a local. The main reason for me to go on this trip was to see my family. As the child of the 70s, many Chinese kids my age were sent to live with their grandparents while the parents worked. And my family was no exception. I was sent to live with one set of my grandparents in Beijing and another set of my grandparents in Baoding throughout my childhood. So every time I go back to China, I have two hometowns to go visit. Baoding is a city about 100 miles southwest of Beijing. It was the capital of Zhili province during the Qing dynasty, and it was also the capital of Hebei province until 1968. It is now a historical and cultural city of China. Baoding has changed so much. I think it changed even more than Beijing has. If I was being dropped in the middle of the city right now, I would not be able to find my aunt's house. And luckily, my cousin came to pick me up in Beijing with her family, and we drove over to Baoding to see my aunt. The 4 days I spent in Baoding with my family was filled with delicious local foods and reminiscing about the past. I felt like I was back to my childhood again. And after returning to Beijing, we got the first snow of the year. In Chinese, there's a saying called 瑞雪兆丰年. What it means is a timely snow will bring a promising harvest. So this is definitely a great sign for the new year. Needless to say, there were a lot of eating, hanging out with friends and family, catching up, and just enjoying my time in Beijing. My friends and I visited the Forbidden City, Tianmen, the Drum Tower, and Hohai area, which those were all the places we used to hang out as kids. Now we're older adults, going through these places, we still felt the same excitement as we did when we were young. So how much did this short trip cost? I spent $680.16 for 10 days. I didn't have any accommodation cost because I stayed with families. My biggest category this time was transportation, which included my round-trip flight from Taipei and also a train ticket coming back from Baoding to Beijing. The total long-haul transportation cost was $358.75. For local transportation, I walked a lot, and I also took the bus and the subway just like a local. I only spent $8.77 for the 10 days I was there. For phone data, I spent a little more. I spent $21.98. Mainly because I needed to coordinate with my friends and family on WeChat and over the phone. So I used 6 gigabytes of data over the 10 days. And of course, I used Saily eSIM while I was in China. For food, I didn't spend too much. I spent a total of $153.68, which included some fruits and pastries I bought for my grandpa. For activities, I spent $11.20 to go to a cat cafe with my friends in Tianmen. It was my first time going to a cat cafe, and it was absolutely amazing. My second biggest category on this trip was miscellaneous. I spent $125.78, and all of that was for tea. I am a huge tea lover, especially Chinese tea. And when I had the chance to go back to Beijing to get some of my favorite teas, I did not let that chance go. I travel with my own Kung Fu tea set, and I am serious when it comes to tea. Since I was going back to the US after this trip, I also brought some tea back for my dad. As Beijinger, we love our Beijing jasmine tea. And the best jasmine tea is from Zhang Yiyuan, which is a tea shop in Beijing. I have been drinking their jasmine tea for over 20 years. And this time, I definitely brought some more back. I guess maybe because I'm Chinese, so I can definitely live without coffee, but I cannot live without tea, especially good Chinese tea. So for this short solo trip, I spent $68.02 a day. It was definitely higher than what I expected, especially I was staying with family and there was meals that were cooked at home or paid by other people. But having the chance to spend quality time with my family and walk down the streets with my childhood friends as we did as kids was priceless. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I feel like the older we get, the more we treasure the memories of the past. Every time I go back to visit my homeland, it's one less time I have to see all the people and the places I love. I treasure each trip back to China, and I hope I can go back more often now that I'm a retired nomad. If you're enjoying and following our slow travel journey, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next adventure.